Welcome to vlog 15. Last time you saw us, we were hanging out at Skoolie Swarm, and we decided to stay the whole week because we met so many cool friends. So follow along as we leave the swarm and keep the wheels rolling. What you doing up there, Sam?
Cleaning off our solar panels. Very, very sandy.
So we have these brackets. Show them how they fold, Sam. We bought them so we can put the table on these brackets to allow us to walk in and out of the truck more easily. It'll give us a little more freedom and space, and that way we don't have to leave the table leaning out here so we can forget it and break it again. So that's what we're working on today. So the original plan was to have the brackets like up here, but then we're not able to close our doors because this is too close. So we're gonna make them removable by widening the holes, and then they'll slide onto these guys, and then we'll put a nut on there to hold it in place. So we chewed up our drill bit trying to drill through some stainless steel, but luckily Ricky has a drill press in the back of his bus. Pretty handy. So we got this one all mounted up, and that way we can undo these two bolts and take it off. So because we put the brackets sideways, because that's the way our bolts went, it's not nearly strong enough to hold our super fat table. We ended up getting the table to work by just flipping the orientation of the brackets so they retain their structural stability, which was super necessary because we needed the extra table space for a potluck we had with all our new friends. We convinced Nick and Allison to move Ophelia over towards our little courtyard, but they ended up getting stuck. It worked out though, because they got stuck very level and they decided to stay that way until the end of the week when they got pulled out.
Ophelia rolls once more.
Just left the Skoolie Swarm. We're heading down the dirt road, heading back out to society, I guess. We had a great time in the woods, making a lot of new friends, seeing a lot of really cool buses. We crossed our first time zone of the trip so far. This is by far the biggest sack of laundry we have ever had. It's pretty surprising that all that fits into our cabinetry. Had too much fun at the Skoolie Swarm, and now we got all these clothes to fold because they all got super dusty.
Alabama and went to Mobile for Fat Tuesday.
How y'all doing? Come on, Tucker.
After partying for Mardi Gras, we needed to decompress by the fire.
So we're here in Vicksburg at the National Cemetery and Battle Monument, and there's the wreckage of the USS Cairo, one of the only surviving ironclad ships of the Mississippi Fleet during the Civil War. Yeah, who knew the US Navy had a brown water navy in the Mississippi mud? But we're here learning about it. Let's go check out the boat. The only interesting part about crossing the farmlands of Mississippi was the crop dusters. We were super excited to see the Mississippi River, and the riverboats were really cool until they were loud all night. So I'm sitting here outside of Graceland, and the house kind of just looks like one of those big suburban houses where I grew up in Hunterdon County. It doesn't, I mean, those are like McMansions in the woods, and this looks like kind of a similar thing, but definitely not worth the $40 or $1 price of admission. I'm good looking at it from here. Better than Graceland was the four-way, a mecca of civil rights activism and the best fried chicken I've ever had. It's shower day. That means everything we house in the shower is now on our countertop, and the toilet itself is in the front seats. Can't really tell, but I'm standing on top of the bridge. It's hollow beneath me, which is a little terrifying. Wave, Sam! So I'm here in the electronics closet because our DC to DC Yandina charger doesn't seem to be working. So we're gonna shut off some things, take some things apart, and see if we can find an issue. Alright, so we know the Yandina is somewhat working because when we took the battery out, the light here went red. So it was at least picking up that there was power to the unit. My thought is that maybe this circuit breaker or this switch might have went bad, or one of the connections in there is the problem. So that's where we're going to look to find out. So this little connection on the negative side of the Andina was loose. So we'll see if tightening that solved our issue. Alrighty, moment of truth. Let's see if it works. Sam, turn that car on. Alright, we're looking for a green light on the Andina and our app to tell us we're charging. Usually takes a moment. Oh, green light. Green light. And we're charging. Woohoo! So it's just that little ground on the Andina itself that had come loose. Remember to check your connections, everyone. So we keep this lucky horseshoe that we found. Where did we find it, Sam?
In Maine?
No, I think in Shenandoah.
Shenandoah.
So we
used it in Maine at a horseshoe ring.
Yes, but we found it in Shenandoah, and we've been carrying it around since. And we keep it with our tools, so hopefully we can have luck in fixing everything. And so far, everything that's broken we've been able to fix. So thank you, Mr. Lucky Horseshoe. Do you think the faucets still work?
No.
Try to turn it on. After successfully fixing our DC to DC charger, we tried to relax with some baths in the hot springs, but none of them work anymore. It's like a sauna in here. It's hot. Let's see if we can go find some diamonds. So we just bought our tickets to the diamond mine, and people got like full wheelbarrows full of supplies to go digging for diamonds, so we feel a little underprepared. We're going back to the truck to get a shovel and maybe a colander to sift. I don't know. We're just kind of messing around. Maybe we'll find some diamonds. It's really crazy that people are that serious about finding diamonds in the state park.
We're about to go join everyone in the field here. Do we actually think that people find anything?
I don't think so. Why would it be a state park if there were like $1 million diamonds?
And it's like finders keepers here. We'll see.
Where are we digging our hole, Sam?
Right here.
That's where the diamonds are, are you sure?
Gotta start somewhere.
This is the goofiest thing we've ever done. Like, this is like some go west, find gold, like gold rush shit.
After a little over an hour, we're unsuccessful. It's been fun, it's been cold. Sadly, we were unsuccessful.
But you know, people are trying, I guess. Good luck finding diamonds in this dirt field. We did find some cool rocks though, so we're cleaning them off. They'll go in our little hexagon full of cool rocks. So that's a win.